What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Lucid9, a game we haven't played since, well, actually, I can give you the exact date. We have February 28th. Yes, that's when we started going on like that visual novel binge on the channel for a little bit, and then I pulled myself away so that I wouldn't annoy you guys too much. But we back with Lucid9, and I think it's a good time since October starts tomorrow, so we can lead into it with a horror visual novel. What has happened? There's a murder out in the woods, someone eating someone's blood or something, and now we're in school, we met our friends, and our teacher wants to talk to us about our behavior in class, while our friends go and choose clubs. Yes, and I still have no idea what's going to happen. Apparently this game's amazing. I kept reading comments, and it's just like, we just had to continue. Let's just continue. Wordlessly, I turn and head down the corridor. I guess someone's a little touchy. Not that I can blame her. If I had a student like me, I'd hate him too. I tromp down the stairs to the first floor and stop before a door at the edge of the hallway, bearing the sign, J. Ryuta, Dorm Manager. I rap sharply on the wood 3 times. Rap sharply? I've never heard rap. I always heard knock. Mr. Ryuta?
What is it? Nuclear war?
What? No.
Don't feel like opening the door for anything less important.
I could open the door myself.
Locked it. Don't bother.
I press my ear against the door, listening keenly. There it is. Action-packed orchestral strings just barely bleeding through the wood. Faint clanging of swords on shields. Are you in a clan war, Mr. Ryuta? Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Bah!
A moment later, the door's lock clicks open. I slip inside the room, holding back a smile. The office is minimalistic in its furnishings, but fairly welcoming. Warm light encompasses the rooms, highlighting the comfortable chairs arranged around a coffee table that bears a bowl of potato chips. Oh, this is a nice office. I'd want this office. I would love this office. It looks more like the office of a therapist rather than the office of the school dorm manager. In the corner, I spot a comely mahogany desk, on top of which sits Jiro Ryuta in a very dramatic position. Oh, hello. You look nothing like the voice. Okay.
Welcome to Satin Room. Have you brought an offering to appease the Dark Lord?
Indeed I have. With an equally exaggerated bow, I present the book and note from my teacher. Mr. Ryuta's eyebrows scrunch in confusion. Uh-oh.
The heck is this?
I, kinda got into trouble earlier. We're talking back. Instead of detention, the teacher's convinced that I need more permanent solution.
Like death? I can help you with that.
She was thinking more along the lines of counseling, I believe.
Oh, okay. But what the heck is this?
He shakes the book empathetically. The curriculum that the teacher recommends for, helping me.
Oh, right. Well, I'll put it where it belongs.
He promptly throws it in the trash, which extracts a laugh from me. I thought I threw it in the garbage.
Now to business. Let me read up on exactly what your teacher wants.
His eyes drift over the paper that I silently hand to him.
Ha! Oh boy, isn't this precious. Let me translate. Dear Mr. Ryuta, I'm having trouble subduing a boy who actually has a brain and doesn't care for the inefficiencies of bureaucracy. Sincerely, a woman who is certainly the most boring person in our graduating class. I choke back laughter as he crumbles the paper into a ball, and lobs it into the trash. By the way, don't tell anyone I said that, or I might get fired.
And then you'd have to take counseling from Mrs. Hanazawa, and then where would we be? Consider the NDA signed. Oh, I love this guy.
Mr. Ryuta.
Mr. Ryuta reclines easily against his chair, kicking his legs on the table.
So, how's the apartment?
Still in one piece, mostly.
Good to hear. And Phil?
Phil?
The little houseplant, the one I placed on your shelf? Your memory sucks more than mine, kid.
Oh, right. I vaguely remember Mr. Ryuta forming an odd attachment to a plant when I'd moved into my apartment. Even to the point where he named him Phil. I think he died.
That's a bit odd. I thought he was a fake plant.
Nope. Looked fake on the outside, I guess. But all real inside. A satisfied smile pulls at Mr. Ryuta's lips, and I suddenly realize the metaphor. We're not talking about plants, are we? Your optimism is inspiring, kid. I would have thought your answer to be the contrary. What? People look real on the outside, but they're all fake on the inside? Something like that. We were talking about plants. How was I supposed to know? Well, you know now, so now you know. Is your answer the same? No. Didn't even need to think about it. It's the truth. People pretend to be genuine on the outside, but inside, they're nothing. Mr. Ryuta evaluates me for a moment, but to my surprise, there's no judging in his gaze. You must be a real party pleaser. I'll be here all week. What made you draw such a depressing conclusion? I can tell that his mind's on the fast track of psychoanalysis, childhood trauma, clinical depression, suicidal tendencies. Time to put that to rest, because if anything should be blamed, it should be my 100% natural disdain for humanity. I'm with you there, dude. I'm with you there. No. Power of observation, if anything. People like to be strong, confident, independent on the outside. Peel that away, and what do you get? Their heart? Then that heart must be pretty pathetic. Did I ever say otherwise? No, I guess you didn't. Mr. Ryuta eases from the topic and leans back on his chair, drawing a planner from his drawer. Well, if it were up to me, I'd say that you were just like any other Shirley teenager going through... Look, I'm getting my legs back with the visual novel thing. Just give me a break today. Going through the first throes of senioritis. But paperwork's been signed, and you know how bureaucracy goes. I thought our government was supposed to be more efficient since the national changes. Ha! You assume the mayor actually does anything important. He scrawls something down on his tablet and taps the screen. My phone buzzes gently in my pocket. Your teacher recommended that we meet every day, but honestly, who has time for that? Well, let's play it by ear, and you let me know if you ever get the urge to murder someone. Probably means you're due for another checkup. Okay, I love this guy. This is a cool teacher. I check what he sent me. A copy of the spreadsheet that's taped outside his door, revealing his available times. Wow, how do you have this much free time? Life as a dorm manager is just swell, isn't it? I thought you'd at least had some kind of job. I'll let you in on a secret. The kids here don't cause much trouble. Not because they're angels, not because they're boring, because they're too prissy. They don't want to get their manicured nails dirty with things like graffiti or booze. But they do need someone to cry to when they stub a toe, and the other teachers seem to think that I fit that job description. Actually, it's more likely they don't want to deal with the hormonal brats. So instead of being a helicopter parent, I get to be a bench warmer who just nods and smiles every few minutes. Like with me? Well, you'll be more interesting than the rest of them, I hope. Yeah, that sounds like the academy in a nutshell. Half the people are too snobby to be fun, and the other half are too lazy to care. What do you get to hear? Whining about grades? Toxic relationships? Sometimes, but not always. At any rate, I can't exactly complain. It makes my job easy. Thank you for your massive contribution to society. You're absolutely welcome. They seem to equal yours. Okay. He chuckles. Yeah, this could have been really painful if I hadn't gotten Mr. Ryuta. Well, as your loving, caring, and awe-inspiring mentor, I can hardly keep you from the beauty that is club recruitment day. You guys at home, are clubs a big deal? Because when I was going through high school and junior high and elementary, clubs weren't a big deal. There wasn't even such thing as a club day, you know? In college there is, but I never saw clubs as a big deal. I always ignored them. Are they a big deal where you are? Oh no, I'm fine, really. Off you go. Take a selfie and send it to me, or I'll schedule an appointment for tomorrow. But that's... You said... You need to expand your opportunities, broaden your horizons, go where no man has gone before. But... And most importantly, you need to get out of my office so I can check my clan. I love this teacher. That's just sad, Mr. Ryuta. World domination calls. See ya. Yo, I want to dominate the world. And without another word, he shoved me out and slammed the door in my face. I hope he's the villain. I like a good villain. Heroes are mostly boring. I always like villains and everything way more than heroes. So I have no choice but to head to the school courtyard. Doesn't take much time to find Masato behind the track table, armed with I Heart Track flags and I Heart Track posters and I Heart Track headbands. I get this very vague feeling that he loves track. He welcomes me enthusiastically, immediately piling all the admin duties on me. But true to my word, I proceed to be completely useless throughout the recruitment process. Oh, our friend here, Makoto, whatever, is assuming that we're going to join the track club, but we don't want to. Yeah. Eventually, Masato seems to give up, handing me a simple sign to wave around. I amuse myself by coming up with truly terrible pitches. Want a six-pack? Join track. Looking for health hacks? Join track. Get a knack? Join track. Rid your lack? Join track. Pick up the slack? Join track. For reasons unknown, Masato seems to love this. He grins and slaps me on the back. There you go. You just need to apply yourself, see? I'm pretty sure that those glances we're getting from the underclassmen aren't looks of admiration. Despite my obvious shortcomings, Masato hooks for our recruits into track. Honestly, I'm pretty surprised that he got that many. A lot of the attendees of the school are the richer, lazier kids. I also noticed that he seems to be a lot easier on them than he was on me. When club recruitment fair is done and everything's torn down, Masato and I head to the school entrance to wait for Rui and Yahiko. For reasons unknown, Masato is ecstatically chattering about my newfound enthusiasm. You killed it today, man. That's the kind of team spirit we need. Great. I might have just gotten myself into more trouble. Well, I guess I was in the track for most of last year. Might as well do it again this year. To him, and then I said, Geezers, on a gravy stick of mother load, we could use a man with your skills. And so he signed the contract with the blood of his veins, thereby permanently joining the drama club. What? Wow, I can't believe you're so good at recruiting people. You know what they've said to me. What? Something like, get a life, you're just in denial about reality. Well, darn my socks. I gotta remember that one. Whenever just something like gets like, oh my goodness, I'm just gonna start saying, darn my socks. Youths these days are so cynical. The two come to a halt as Masato waves over calls Rui over. Well, looks like you guys have plans. I better leave you and you and everyone else to have some nice time together. Well, what are you talking about? It's more like babysitting duty, where I'm the babysitter and I have to make sure a bunch of kids won't, set the house on fire and stuff. Ah, come on, he's your best friend, isn't he? And your childhood friend? Yeah, but have you guys made childhood promise together? What? No way. Really? Those kind of things are more cliche than explosions in an action movie? Exactly. Well, I think of it this way. Although explosions may be cliche, they're also stable. You can't have a proper action movie without proper explosions. It's the same way with life. You can't have a proper childhood friend without a proper childhood promise. I wince. Does she have to mention romance? Really? I'm sorry, but I'm with that blonde girl. I'm a sucker for that. That's why I think Sayori was probably my favorite or something. I'm a sucker for that whole childhood friends and then they fall in love. I'm a sucker for that, alright? Does she ever mention romance, really? Oh, look, there they are. Guess I better get going. Have fun storming the castle. The girl cheerfully skips away as Rui sprints to us for refuge. I try for a smirk. Looks like you and Akira had a productive recruitment day. Akira Karubi, Rui's best friend, current roommate, and self-appointed matchmaker. Also another person who I don't get along with. But let's be honest, do I get along with anyone? You don't have to, you just gotta make sure you don't cause fights. Akira was sure productive. I barely had any luck. I noticed that she's mastered herself surprisingly quickly. Well, I guess that's 10 years of make-believe and drama club would do that to you. How'd you guys do? We got 4 new recruits, 15 liters of fresh blood. 15 liters? Did you just pull that number out of your head, or is it actually legit? Real woman? Real woman? Of course it's legit. Average weight's 55 kilograms. The average teenager has blood volume of 7% his or her total weight. We got ourselves 4 new recruits. Rui's eyes are already swimming as he raves on, seemingly unaware of the curious glance he's getting from freshmen who've pegged him as a rough thug. Assuming no one's anemic, we got 55 times 4 in total kilograms, which is 220. Multiply that by 0.07 for the weight to blood volume ratio. Bam! 15.4. Round it down to 15 for a nice round number. We got ourselves 15 liters of fresh blood. And this is why Masato is really good at catching people off guard. I can't believe you actually calculated that. Why? It ain't no trouble. It sure sounds like trouble. Heck nah, you should see what we do in Honor Society. Yeah, Honor Society. Not only does he participate in it, he's the president. Oh, did I not mention that he's literally good at everything? Athletics, academics, heck, probably even art? Oh, I thought, okay. I honestly thought he was a dimwit. Not a dimwit, just not the brightest. Okay, whatever. Except sarcasm. That's one area I can trump him in. The only area. Oh, here comes the great Yahiko Ikari. Sure enough. Oh, I gave him the wrong voice. Oh no. Sure enough, a familiar shock of blonde hair pops around the corner. Yahiko's beaming, but I notice that he's not holding a single sign-up page for his hand. So, Masa whatever's voice is supposed to be the blonde kid, and the blonde kid's supposed to be like, oh my god, dude. Ugh. Let's do this right. Good day to you, my pitiful peasants. You've arrived just in time to witness my brilliant plan. Yahiko's my favorite, dude. Technically, I keep saying the teacher was, but no, this kid is like, he was so funny in the last episode. Technically, he was the one who came to us, but I stay silent. You see, I've decided to create my own club, a club worthy of my immeasurable greatness. In other words, he got rejected by all the other clubs. Oh boy, you're making a club? Good for ya, good for you. I know, I'm gonna call it the Happy Club, and be comprised of minions who follow my every bidding. Oh my god, I think we just witnessed the creation of the shadiest club on campus. We will start by taking over the school, then Isamu, then Japan, then the entire world. Well, at least he doesn't lack ambition. And once my mansion on the moon is built, we'll have dominion over the universe itself. This kid, man. But does he lack brain cells? What you guys talking about all secret like? Huh? Nothing. We're just talking about how we haven't gotten to GFC in a while. As completely unconvincing as this excuse is, she successfully turns Masato's attention to food. GFC, I like the way you think, Ryui. We better go now before the dinner rush starts. He marches off, humming cheerily, as Yahiko blathers on about how amazing his new club will be. Great cover. I know. Totally inconspicuous. Just as inconspicuous as the time you wore a kimono. Da-da-da-da. Of course she'd bring that up. You want to get tickled? You wouldn't dare. Whenever you mention anything about kimonos, I feel a sudden urge to tickle the nearest person. We better get going. We should follow Masato and Yahiko to GFC. Yeah. She speeds away before I have a chance to stop her. Alright, I only chuckle to myself as I catch up. Okay, we're gonna continue next time. I'm glad to be back with this. I hope you guys are too. Yeah, I'm good with this, so I hope you are. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, hit that like button. I like visual novels. They're good once in a while. I'm just not gonna binge on them like I did last time, okay? I promise. Okay? Yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow.